Hello, I am right here, is where I live, and I'm right in the middle of this really cool wind blowing, cool off the air system. It feels great, and it is June 15th at 1:48 in the morning or early in the morning on June 16th. Look at this pattern of storms here that looks like a circle. This is interesting. Let's see if we can make it move. I have to go back over here to loop image. And then we'll go back over here. Coming down here, and you can see the wind in front of it. It was really cool because we were in the kitchen, and my granddaughter said, "Oh, there's a nice breeze coming in." And we went outside, and there was pieces of sticks blowing off the trees and everything. It was actually pretty cool. Let me show you something else here. Oh, wait, I just want to stay on this for a minute. This is a storm here, of course. And then I want you to notice this radar. This is all these blue circles are radar. And then these white circles, or like gray circles, are also radar. And you don't see a storm coming there. And the question always is, so why is the radar up so high if there's not a storm coming in? I mean, I guess they could be checking to see if a storm is coming, but that's pretty intense. And you can see the lines coming out from the center of these radar over here. But see the color difference of this and this? This is the Mississippi River right through here. And on the west of the Mississippi, you see a lot of these gray-blue up into the Mississippi even here. And over here, it's on the east, it's not so much, some. Okay, now I'll show you something. Okay, here, now this is the National Weather Service. All this orange is going to be a heat wave. Where the radar was different looking. Let's put it on it again so you can take a look. This is blue and this over here is gray. Oh, there's some turning blue now. Storm is coming down here. So for my local area, it says hazardous weather, heat advisory in effect from June 16th until June 17th at 7 p.m. And here's what it says for the next 2 days. But even into Monday, it's going to be hot, and then thunderstorms, and then the temperatures will drop, supposedly. I also want to show you here on College of DuPage, this is the water vapor, and you'll notice that half of the United States, practically, well, a third, is you can't see the water vapor most of the time, except for these flashes. In my opinion, there's something weird going on, and if you look, you'll see this almost like necklace-looking thing. Let's go back, and I'll show you. See right there? That is some kind of weather modification as far as I believe. But I also want you to notice this curious thing happening right here that really looks a lot like ovaries. It looks a lot like the internal makings of a being. But it's beautiful and unusual because this storm pattern's turning that way and this one's turning this way. This one's going around here and this one's going around that way. But these two combining right here and then forming that kind of a pattern. And we've got a lot of activity going on over here in Hawaii with earthquakes also and volcano lava activity. Um, so let me just move this again and you can take a look at it because I do think it's really fascinating. And this really does look a lot like a cervix right here. So we have ovaries and cervix. But that's just my mind. That's what I see. And you can see the clouds developing right here by where I live and then bursting into a storm. Okay, so let's look at something else. Here's the radar on College of DuPage. Look at how intense it is right here. And the heat wave is going to hit right around in here. Okay, it's actually really intense over here. Just pointing that out. Here's a close-up on College DuPage of the storm going by my house. And this line right here is wind coming ahead of that. But I don't know if you can see this line right there. See that line? I'm not sure if it's coming from here or over here, but it's definitely a line that looks like it's almost aimed at something to intensify it, perhaps. I'm just looking at what this other stuff is doing near it. You can see that line, can't you? Right there. And then this radar looks like then it puts out feelers like, yep, I gotcha. Okay. And look at how the storm looks because of the radar, like it's divided here. That's just kind of a bizarre look on it. Look like you're looking through some sort of optical illusion. That looks weird, doesn't it? Now, this is even more of a close-up of the radar from Des Moines, Iowa. And you can see the lines that look like they're basically sort of shooting right out of that radar right there toward the storm that's in Wisconsin. Does it look like that to you? Let's just out of curiosity put it on storm reflective because sometimes you can see that there. Look at that. You can see that really well. And it's coming right out of that center right there. Okay, this is the radar coming out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And I can't see that line coming to it, but I do see another weird, intense line that seems to be coming from the radar center right here. I'm going to start it. And let me slow it down because it's hard to catch. But you can see it happen right down in here. Right there. Okay, let's watch again. Right there. Did you see it? Okay, I'm going to stop this and see if I can get it on there so you can see it. Okay, I got it. Just moving one thing at a time. And then having to move down like this. Okay, there, you can see it. Alright, right there. And this is the timestamp on it, June 16, 2018 at 5:20. And that's GMT time. The center of the radar is right there. This is the outer edge where it's going. And it looks like it's just in the small area, but then it has this flash and it goes right there. Just saying. Now here on Intellicast, this blue means that possible hail. So it's not quite over. And I want to go out there and just feel it shortly. It's a weird blob sort of that happens. It seems like frequently one of my more recent videos that I made, you'll see this exact same thing. But what I wanted to show you is this. Cloud ionization, electric rainmaking, and laser-guided weather modification. This is a very interesting site. This is from, let me go back up for a minute. Okay, right here. By Jim Lee, written March 26, 2014. So technically it's old, and there's a lot more advances that they've made than what's on here. But if you are curious about weather modification, you might find this interesting. Okay, they talk about the old method of cloud seeding and the new method. Metro Systems has built 5 sites with 10 emitters, each in the deserts of Abu Dhabi. When relative humidity is at the 30 or is at the ground reaches 30% or more, the emitters are switched on and negatively charged ions then are put in the atmosphere, and the charged particles attach to so-called condensation nuclei in the clouds where water droplets form. Ions allow the nuclei to survive longer, giving water droplets more time to grow. So this is a real thing. I'm going to move it down here. I'm going to keep moving it down. More cloud ionization information, references. Ionizer in Dubai. I'm going to keep going down. It's a lot of information on here. And you don't even have to be scientifically minded just to be able to read this. It's written so anybody can understand it. Australian rain cloud ionizer. And you can just go to that site and look it up yourself. Rainfall enhancement of the Atlantic. I don't think that's written quite right. Negative ions from high voltage corona discharge wire array. Here's a video you can watch. Videos are nice compared to reading for some people. And all this information here. Electromagnetic weather control is here. Fresh water has been dubbed the new blue gold. Talking about making it rain in the United States. And also flood reduction, drought mitigation, which actually I see it worked for the negative, not for the positive. Ground stations, how they work. Microwave, global moisture flow. Look at that. Weaving global moisture. In the U.S., they are trying to modify the ionosphere to get weather changes. How much time do I have left? A little tiny bit. Here's another video you can watch. Another video. Ionogenics. Cloud ionizer. And here it talks about more information on it. We're almost to the end. Lasers. Okay, so this is a satellite. Another satellite. Laser pulse. Laser pulse. Did we see something off of that radar that looked like a line? Like a laser pulse? Did we see that? Lasers are also used to create, divert, or steer lightning, but that's a story for another day. All right. So I am grateful for you. And this is cool looking, isn't it? I think it's cool looking. And I'm here at your service. Bye-bye. You know, I just had to show you this one thing that I see. My time's almost up. Look at this line coming from Davenport, Iowa to the storm. And here's another one. Look at that. Let's make it move. I mean, you can clearly see him moving right into where the storm's at. Correct? Yes, you can. Take care.